Hello, hello, hello. Joe Tertulli here with the infamous one and only, there's only one of him, the Andre Delapena, a fellow Catholic. Welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you that don't know Andre, he joined our team, our local team. You can see the Nation Care banner in the background. He's at the office and I'm not. But he joined our team, I guess, what was it, a year ago? You came
About
on
a year
board?
ago. Yeah, almost exactly.
First time doing insurance sales, and he's been with us for a year. He's great success. I just asked him before, averaged three Medicare plans every day last week, except for Friday. And then he's on pace this week to do something very similar. So very, very proud of him. We're very happy. I'm honored to work with him. We don't get to interact with as much as I'd like to, but I feel like he's earned his spot to be spotlighted as Agent of the Week. So welcome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So same four questions I ask everybody. We'll always start off with the first question, and that is, what attracted you to the insurance industry? You know, what was it that you said to yourself, I want to join this industry?
I was bartending, and I wanted something that I could actually get like a career out of. But still able to use like my personality and everything that I kind of used as a bartender, but just something, more money and career wise. Start a real career.
So an opportunity to work with people such as you were doing in the hospitality industry,
right?
But you wanted it to be a bit more of a stable, long-term longevity type of thing.
Right. Yeah, I didn't mind the money, but the late nights were rough.
I have a hotel and restaurant background as well. Spent many years working in the restaurant and bar circuit, and as much as I love that period of time in my life, it taught me so much. I cherish it to the heart. I still maintain relationships with the people that I worked with 20 plus years ago. I do recall at that period of time, those Friday and Saturday nights were very detriment to my overall well-being. So
exactly,
I salute those that draw a career from that, for sure. And I'm glad that you made the decision to make the transition over to here. So it brings me to my next question, and that is, if you could pinpoint or, identify, what would you say has been, one of your struggles or some of your struggles or one of your pitfalls that you've had to overcome?
And it's kind of a two-sided thing, just when I got here and did this, kind of just been thrown into the fire, but I actually like that. I think my first day, someone was sick and had to go, and it was too busy. And you guys are just like, hey, are you comfortable? We're just going to throw you in there. I was like, okay.
I remember the day. I was the one that held back, and I'm like, well, he's got a front for a couple of days. He's brand new. And then you had to I remember it was your third day. It was a Wednesday.
Yeah.
You had to take a lead. It was a T65, and you wound up closing it. And then he was like, Andre closed his first deal. I was like, what do I know?
I was like, I didn't know anything. I'm just reading the script. I'm like, all right, I guess this works.
What did you just say?
All I did was I was sweating. All I did was read the script.
All I did was read the script.
Yeah.
The script that I provided to you.
Yes.
That's interesting. First call, first close, reads the script. Who would have thought?
Had no idea what any of it meant.
But you read the material, and it flowed, and the client wound up converting. I remember the day. It was your third day. It wasn't your first day.
First day that I was on the phone, though.
Yeah, first day on the phones. Yeah, you weren't supposed to take leads until the following week, and
not at all. I remember.
It's pretty impressive, and you're still here. That's even more impressive. Absolutely,
must have worked.
So
you did something right.
Yeah, absolutely. Brings me to my third question. Third question. And that is what would you say has been a pivotal part of your success? If you could identify one area that to your heart that has been the catalyst of your success, what would that be and why?
Kind of the same thing, being thrown to the fire there and learning everything so quickly. Same kind of thing when AEP came around. That's when I started doing Med Advantage, and it just
I remember
that 8-week period of the knowledge that went into my head. I mean, from day one all the way to the last day, the difference was insane. Just the amount of stuff. Like I wanted to go back to the first clients and be like, no. I want to tell you something different now.
Yeah, but I told you on October 15th, it's a little bit different now because I learned more stuff. Absolutely.
Right.
I remember when I took you, I think it was you and Marissa in the room,
Yep.
and I was like, listen, I'm going to level with you. You got a year's worth of information. You got to soak up in 2 weeks. And you were like, okay, I'm up for the
Pretty
challenge.
much. Pretty much.
You guys did good. Everybody wrote, 3-digit deals during AEP, north of 100. Every single person in the office did. We were very pleased with the success. We're very happy. We were very happy where the company is going now. And we're very happy that you're part of the team. Absolutely.
Thanks.
And you said something that resonated. So everyone, the secret's out. We rehearsed the questions ahead of time. I don't want to throw anybody off guard. But when we went over the questions earlier before we recorded, one of the things that you had brought up was that you learned, then versus now, how to easily qualify somebody so that you're not wasting your time, going down a rabbit hole where you can't help them.
Right. Yeah. Like like I was saying, there's just clients that back when I first started that I'd go for like an hour maybe, and then nothing would come of it. Whereas now that same customer, I could figure out that either they're not going to change or whatever the case may be,
right,
by certain tells or with the way I'm saying things rather than the way I did it before.
Absolutely.
Just learning the ins and outs.
Right away. And that's one of the messages I try to deliver, not just to you guys, but to everybody, that, you owe the way I say it to the phone rooms is that you guys owe the company 10 minutes. Every time that you take one of the company's leads that the company pays for, in exchange, we ask you to donate 10 minutes of your time. And during that 10 minutes, there's 2 things going on. Well, 3 things really, but number 1, you're building rapport. Number 2, you are determining exactly what the person has. And then number 3, you're equally determining whether or not you can truly help the individual. Helping means putting them in a better position than where they are right now. That's the only type of help we deliver, is we improve and enhance their situation. So 10 minutes is what we want, 10 minutes of rapport, finding out what they have and determining whether or not you can help them. And if you can wrap that up in 10 minutes or less, it's a home run. And that's all we ask. And then in return, what we tell everyone is we will continuously feed you marketing from the time you get in to the time you get to go home, as long as you promise to give us those 10 minutes each time. And it's been a wonderful relationship. It works. Yep. Absolutely. And that's a big learning, to go from spending an hour with somebody trying to figure out, really, is there something you can do, to kind of cutting that down to, 5 or 6 or 9 or 10 minutes is huge. Right. That's where you're able to now write 3 pieces of business on a daily basis. It's because you're really taking the time and you're maximizing it to the best of your ability. So that's a big deal. That's a huge deal. So it brings me to my 4th question. And this would be for anybody that's new out there. If they're in insurance and they're looking to come into Medicare, maybe they've been introduced to working in a call center or a telephonic, type of atmosphere. What advice would you give for the new agent?
I just soak up as much knowledge as you can. Ask the questions, do what you got to do. If you're unsure of something, always ask. Because during a call, when it comes down to it, you're trying to tell these people that you're the expert. And if you come off not being the expert, that's not always a good look.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of moving parts to Medicare. So it's, it's a lot of intimidation to some people in the very beginning. And I'll be the first to tell you, even myself, I don't know every single solitary thing. I'm always asking for assistance here and there. So to try to soak up as much information as you can. But you also said something too, when we rehearsed the questions, you had said that one of the things that became easier for you is because of your repetition. You were just constantly doing it over and over again.
Right. Doing it over and over again, just that makes it, you learn things from each call almost. You take something new from each call.
Absolutely. And then you start to hear some of the same things as time goes on as well. And I'm really glad you said that, because in a lot of my previous training sessions that I've delivered to our agents and to people that are considering being our agents, one of the things that I always say is the only difference between someone like me in a sales capacity and a newer agent, the only difference is I've done the activity 1,000 million times. You know, as Biden would say it, 100 gabillion trillion 10,000 million times. Like, I've done the activity over and over and over and over again. And, you know, just like a surgeon performs a surgery 100 million times, that 100 millionth in one time, their precision is just in. You know, the first time their hands are shaking. You know, the 100th time they're teaching the resident or the intern. So that's really it. It's repetition. And the only way you can get to a period where you're repeating and constantly doing the activity is you're always trying to get in front of people. You know, that's the beauty of the environment that you get to work in, that we spend an enormous amount of time and money making sure you and the others have a constant flow of people to have conversations with. So that's really the key to all of this. It's that simple. You know, it's really that simple. So we're really glad you stuck with us through the times. We hope you stick with us. You know where the company's going. You have some inside information as to really what we got cooking in the back room, and because you stuck with us from not so much the beginning, but you know, you've been through the ups and the downs. You're going to get handsomely rewarded, and I know you know that.
Yep, I'm excited about it.
Yeah, me too. All right, well, listen, take care. Enjoy the rest of your Friday, and you have a great weekend. And everyone will see this on YouTube and Facebook. So put on your happy face.
Can't wait.
All right.
Thanks, Joe.
All right, take care, Andre.